All right. Hey guys, good evening. I'm sorry I was 2 minutes late. My kids call me
Oh,
at the worst times to say goodnight when they're not with me. So unfortunately, that was during the time I was supposed
oh,
to get on the call. So I apologize. I was a couple minutes late. But
yeah.
welcome to the call. I'm really excited to finally get to talk to you guys again this week. I missed last week. I don't even know what I had going on, but I had something going on and I missed it. So now I get to post this call again and Sarah's on. So Sarah, if you want to jump in on anything, just let me know. Tonight I want to talk social media and just cover a few things. First off, I do want to congratulate Lauren for signing her first coach last night and Shelby for signing her first coach today. So, yay! You guys are halfway to Emerald, which is really exciting. Hi, Carter. So, our goals with this group in our first 30 days is to really help you guys get comfortable and confident in getting yourself out there, putting yourself out there, start inviting, going through conversations so you can hit Success Club 5, which is the benchmark that Beachbody gives us, just showing that you are doing your job, that you are helping people and changing lives. I'm going to mute you guys just so there's no background noise. And then, another goal that Sarah and I also have for you guys is while you're hitting Success Club 5, two of those people you guys can easily sign up as a discount coach, which means a coach is a coach no matter how you sign them up. It's all the same way, but a discount coach is basically someone who just wants a discount on the product. They don't necessarily have to work the business. I will tell you, there are people who hold off on signing discount coaches because they wait until they have working coaches. If you wait until you have working coaches, you may be waiting a long time. Usually 5% of the coaches that we sign up actually do work the business. So many successful coaches in the business, they grow a successful business, they build a solid foundation starting with discount coaches. So when you're talking to your potentials, when you're signing up your first few people as a challenger, I always suggest to invite them to get the discount on the product. So when I'm signing up someone as a discount coach, I go through a normal conversation. I don't ever say the word coach. I don't talk about the coaching at all. I simply talk about them starting their fitness journey. I talk about a workout program that they're going to start with, and then Shakeology that they're going to start with. After I talk about what they've done in the past, their goals, how their nutrition is, I get them signed up and I know what challenge pack they're going to sign up with. And then at that point, when I'm already ready to give them a link, I say, hey, by the way, do you want to go ahead and get signed up with the discount? So you're saving $15 on your shakes after the first month, and then you'll also get 25% off of everything else. For instance, our pre-workout drink, Energize, which is a really good drink that most of us use to give us a little energy for our workouts, or at nighttime if you're going to be on a call. And and usually they say, is there any fee, any issues with if I ever want to cancel? And I say, no, there's no penalties or fee for canceling. You simply get the same discount that I do as a coach, but you don't have to be a coach and work the business. And I'll say, when you click on it, it will say, or when I walk you through the steps, it will say coach, but you don't have to coach. It's simply getting the discount. I've never had a problem with people saying, oh, no, that sounds fishy. They usually just sign up and they get the discount. And there is a $15 fee monthly, but I include that in the $115 when I tell them that they're going to have to pay $115 instead of $132. So they're still saving $15. So that's how I approach it. Sarah, do you want to add anything there?
Yeah, so I do it a little bit differently. I ask them, how long do you anticipate that your journey is going to be? And most of them I'll say way more than 30 days. And so I say to them, okay, if you're planning on beginning this journey for more than 30 days, I'm going to recommend that you sign up as a preferred customer. That's how I have all of my long-term clients sign up. And I just tell them that's how I do it, and they don't really question me otherwise. It's been working really well lately.
Awesome. So, I don't think there's really a wrong way to do it. My way has worked well for me, and I have used the word preferred customer a lot, and that is very helpful rather than coach. because the word coach scares people away. And Sarah's way is obviously working very, very well for her too. So you guys try on error, talk to your potentials and see, what success you have as you're going through conversations. But today I did a post today talking about Instagram, and then we've been talking a little bit about social media. And I really want to stress the importance of using social media. When I first started my business, I was definitely not a social media expert whatsoever. I used it a little bit. I just opened an Instagram account. So I really wasn't big with social media other than posting about my kids. So what happened was I started sharing my journey. I started sharing my workouts and just some motivational things to really get myself out there. And that is how I started getting people to come to me and talk to me about it. So, with you guys just starting out in your businesses, you may or may not like social media. I will say that social media can be your best friend, and you have a huge opportunity here to help people outside of your community. You are able to now help people outside, around the US, Canada, and now the UK. So I want you guys to think about what platforms you want to start using, what social media platforms you want to use. Most people, if you're already on Facebook, you will use Facebook. A lot of people will open up a like page, which is a second Facebook specific to your business. And then Instagram is another one. YouTube is another one. Pinterest is huge right now. I really want you guys to focus on like one or two. I don't want you to get overwhelmed with doing more than two. I've seen it happen where people are like, I'm opening up a like page, I'm opening up an Instagram account, and then I have Pinterest, and they just want to post everywhere. And then by the time you're doing all of these posts, you're overwhelmed and it's taking up a lot of your time. And I want you guys to really put 100% effort into one or two so you can get really good at it, rather than just being mediocre at 4 or 5. If you're only being mediocre, you're just going to fit in with any average Beachbody coach. I want you guys to really dive in and get really, really good at one or two so you can stand out more than the average Beachbody coaches. And I hope I don't sound mean when I say the average Beachbody coaches, but you will notice that if you have known other Beachbody coaches in the network, there are some that just post average posts because they're not taking enough time to build content that is going to be relatable to people. So I just did a post a little bit ago that I also put in the team page in Forever Fit, and it was just a little social media guide of what you can post for an entire month. So I suggest posting 2 to 3 times a day. Okay, that's the average. I don't want you to do anything less than 2, or you can do more than 3. It depends on the day. Wednesdays are huge days for social media. It seems like everyone's on. Also, Sunday nights and Mondays are pretty big in the social media world. So I really want you guys to think about what time your audience is on looking at your stuff. And that's going to take a little trial and error, focusing on what times you're posting and what times of the day and what people are looking at those posts. But use that guide. You don't have to copy it and use, I have to do a food pic here because that's what it says on the guide. I want you guys to think about your story, your journey, and what works best for you. That is simply a guide. If you are clueless and say, I don't even post right now, I have no idea what to post, that could just be a great starter for you guys. And honestly, you can use it every single month if that's the route you want to take, because people aren't going to go back and look and say, oh, on that Monday, she posted those 2 things. So people aren't going to notice that. This is a guide for you to help you get confident and comfortable. And as you do it, your creative juices can flow a little bit more, and you can add quality to that content that you're doing. So I want you to think about your story. I want you to think about around 5 to 6 to 7 things that will describe you and your journey. Okay, so what are your hobbies? What are your interests? What are you passionate about? So for me, I'm a wife, I am a mom, I have a newborn. I have a relationship with God, so I will talk about my faith. I like yoga, so I will do yoga poses. I like shopping. I used to have a shopping problem. I'm getting better at it. Those are a few things that you will see me post about. And I have dogs, and sometimes they're really annoying, so I post about them too. But I want you to think about things that you love and have it consistent, because as you post more about those 5 to 8 things, you're going to build an audience because you're relatable. People are going to follow you for the things that you post. Also, me working out and nutrition, obviously, I did not even add that in there. But people will know me and they will expect to see my workout posts here and there, my food posts, because I love cooking. The kitchen is my favorite place in my house. I actually upgraded my kitchen for my business because I love cooking, and that's my thing. And for Sarah, she has her own thing. Not everyone is going to be relating to me, and I don't want everyone to relate to me. I want you guys to understand that now. Please do not think that you need to try to put your feet into everything so you can relate to this person and that person, that person, that person. No, you have a niche, and I want you to think about what that is going to be and just be consistent with posting that. I actually have an avatar training that I would love. Actually, I'm going to put it in here tonight after the call. It would be a great way if you guys are like, I don't know, maybe you don't know yourself as well as you think you do, and you don't know who you want to target. This avatar training is going to be really good for you guys to figure that out. You want to look for people that are like you. So for me, I'm not going to look for people that are 60 years old, 50 years old. I will have them on my team. They are welcome on my team. But I'm looking for moms that are new moms that have kindergarten age kids, elementary age kids, and babies, because that's me. Breastfeeding moms, that's me. I relate to them. I was divorced. I may have people on my team that have gone through a divorce. So that's just an idea. Think of qualities and characteristics that describe you and who you are, and go with it. Be confident with it. Talk about it on social media. Sarah, do you want to add anything about that? Sarah's like really good at her social media. So do you have any, if you can think of 3 to 5 things when people are posting about their social media, what would you have them do?
Gosh, so I think the most important thing is learning more about curiosity marketing. I think that gone are the days where it's okay to say, like Deidre has our Shakeology cup right now. Those days are gone that you want to put that in your post. And I know as a new coach, we think it's important to tell everybody, I'm a Beachbody coach, I'm drinking Shakeology, I'm doing 80-day obsession, but you want to create curiosity. You want them to come to you, because if you share all of that, you're actually going to do the opposite. You're going to send them running. So I would encourage you to really, really start to learn about curiosity marketing. Study the other coaches who are doing this business well. You're not, like, if you go to my Instagram feed, I think you would actually struggle to know I'm a coach. You'll know it as soon as you start watching my stories and if you read the content of the post. But when you look at my pictures hopefully don't send you running for the hills. So that's something that you want to work on. I don't know. That's really, to me, that's the most important thing right now.
It really is. And that's one of the things that is going to set you apart from the average Beachbody coach. Because, when Sarah first started, we would hold up a picture of our DVD when we had DVDs. Now we have on demand. Sorry if you guys still use DVDs, but I don't. We would hold up DVDs. We would hold up a bag of Shakeology. We would use stock photos. We don't do any of that anymore. So, I had a call with Lauren today, and I was talking to her about posts and stuff. And one thing that you want to do is think of, so Lauren's doing Quarter Force right now. And she's like, I do 3 of the same workouts every week. How am I going to change that up? Because you want to post more than once a week about your workout, because it's consistency. When people see that consistency, then they're going to have that trust in you that you're going to be there for them long term. So she's like, how do I post those same 3 workouts? And I'm like, okay, you have to get creative with it. You could do a video for one of your posts. You can do a picture of you doing a workout, an exercise, a pose in another one. It's different from the video. And another one, you can just do a post-workout selfie, but talk about your struggles in your journey. Talk about your strengths in your journey. What are you overcoming right now? We don't want to be negative on social media, but being relatable is going to help you help somebody else. Sarah has talked about Hashimoto's. I probably say it wrong, but she doesn't want to talk about her being sick, but she is helping a lot of people who are going through the same journey as her. For me, I didn't want to talk about me going through divorce, but when I did, it really helped relate to other people. Even when I'm struggling I just did a post today about me struggling. I'm struggling to wake up in the morning. Like today I woke up at 8:45 a.m. I don't even know the last time I did that, but I'm like really struggling with waking up and sleeping. So I talked about it, and I get feedback because there's other moms out there who are struggling too. So it doesn't have to be the same picture every time. Don't use a stock photo. Take a picture of yourself, add a quote either in the post or maybe a little one or a couple words in the actual picture. But we're getting away from adding a lot of wording on the pictures. So yeah. It used to be big. We used to have writing all over our pictures, but now it's different. When we're doing videos, we used to have a collage video using pick, play, post. We're getting away from that too. We're doing more of like using iMovie, where it will go from one video to the next, to the next, to the next, rather than here's a whole bunch of pictures. It's just easier and more eye-catching. So you want to think about you looking at other people's content. Follow top coaches in the company. Follow your upline coach and look and see what they're doing. What is eye-catching to you? Follow, lead by example for yourself, and find things that would be eye-catching for you. Make sure you're using good quality pictures too. I did a post yesterday that had an image without a filter and then with a filter. And guys, I'm telling you, if you can make these images with a good filter, with good lighting, it's going to be more eye-catching and it's going to make a difference. So if you guys are not using any apps yet, make sure you go back to that post that I did and look at different apps that you can use. Rona, Photify, Snapseed is huge. I use Snapseed a lot. I actually even use the editor on my iPhone. If you just click on your picture and then you go to edit, you can actually click on the 3 circles that are there, and that's a filter. I use the dramatic filter, and I really don't do much else with it. But if I don't have good lighting, then I'll also go to Snapseed and light it up a little bit, and then I'll do portrait mode sometimes because it smooths things out a little bit with your face, because, I don't want it to look fake, but I just want to enhance it a little bit so it's eye-catching. So do yourself a favor and download a couple of the apps. They're free for the most part. Snapseed is free. I think there's one that I use that does cost a little bit. Photo Wonder is another really good one. I like the lighting with that, and it has a really good portrait mode as well. So, you can still post the same thing, but make it different. If you're posting the same pose every day, it's going to get old and boring, honestly, and people are going to expect it. Curiosity marketing. Do posts that are different each time, so your audience is going to wait for your post to come. They're going to be like, what is she going to post next? What is she going to say next? Just so you have people coming back to you and not going the opposite way, saying her content's boring, she does the same thing every day. I've seen it happen. I've gone through it myself in my journey. When I first started, it was like the same thing every day, and then I realized I really need to switch it up. So go through your Facebook page and look at, scroll through for a couple posts, for a few posts actually, and just look at what you're doing. Number 1, are you consistent with posting 2 to 3 times a day? Number 2, Is the quality of your pictures good? Is it eye-catching to you? Because if it's not eye-catching to you, it's not going to be eye-catching to anybody else. Number 3, when you're looking at your posts, are you sharing your story at all? And I know there are some people that may be going through things that they don't want to share everything. Please don't think you have to share everything. If it's something that would hurt someone else's feelings, or just something that you're not ready to quite share yet, that's okay. We're not going to make you do anything like that. But share your fitness journey. Share where you are in your fitness journey. Share if you're struggling with nutrition, or if you're doing good with nutrition, or any success that you have along the way. Share if you have a family, if they allow you to share about your family. If you have pets, think of it as, is this relatable to somebody else? If it's not, see how you can make it relatable to somebody else. And if it is, then keep doing what you're doing. So those are the things that I really, really wanted to cover. Sarah, anything else you want to add there? I'm having a little bit of a brain fart. So let me think if you can think of anything, and I'm going to think of anything else. I have to say.
I think just to add on to what you said about going through your stuff, Sundays are a great time to do an audit of your social media, where you go back and you look at the week and you say what posts got the most engagement, interaction, and then break down all of your posts. Like, make a list and look at the posts and say, which category from my avatar did this fall in? Was this about Hashimoto's? Was this about fitness? Like, where did it fall? And then you're going to be able to see, like, where were you heavy on one topic and light on another, so that the following week when you go to plan your content, you can know, okay, I need to tell a little bit more of this part of my story, or whatever. So that's just something good to do. It's a good habit. And then don't be afraid to take down what didn't work. I do. Sometimes if it was a flop, I'll just get rid of it. Same with, like, if you're using Instagram, we don't want the quote unquote ad looking pictures on there where you've got text, but sometimes you need it. If I'm advertising for the coaching opportunity, sometimes there is text across the bottom. I just did a postpartum moms challenge group, and I advertised for it, and I put the image with text on it. But once I put it up Sunday, and I think I took it down Tuesday, because I was like, the group's closed. I don't need that up there anymore. It doesn't fit my brand as far as words on the pictures on Instagram. So I took it down. And one other thing, this is just a fun little thing to do. If you look at your pose, so whatever your pose is that you have, you want to try to switch it up. So you don't always want to look in the same direction. I actually learned, like, in your Instagram feed, it's really great if you can be, like, looking this way, then looking down, then looking up, then looking at it. Like, the different directions of your face is really important, because otherwise, if you're not careful, it's like every picture is the same picture. So it's just little things that I've picked up along the way. Again, I don't know that this is the same. I mean, it could be the same for Facebook, but for me, like, everything I'm telling you, really just apply it to Instagram. I'm really not building my business on Facebook right now. It's on Instagram. So anyways, just wanted to share.
Awesome. Thank you. And one other thing, just to keep people coming to your social media, to your Facebook page especially, when people are liking and commenting, or when people are commenting, make sure that you respond to everything, because every time you respond to someone's comment, it brings it back up in the newsfeed, so then more people can see it. That was just a little tip. And there are times where I like my own stuff, because when I like my own stuff, it'll come back up in the newsfeed also. And that kind of helps me see, like, is this worth keeping or is it not? Because if there's not a lot of likes on it and then I like it and there's still nothing, it's kind of like all right, you need to think of a different post to do. And you can maybe delete that if there was really nothing great about it. So try to respond, like, comment on posts or on comments as much as you can, just to keep it going.
And pad your posts too. So, like, if you know that you're going to post something that's going to get a ton of traction. So, like, I posted a pregnancy announcement last week. I knew that was going to get a lot of traction. So, like, right after I did that, boom, my Sunday morning post was for my challenge group. So you want to put it either before or right after or whatnot, so that when your feed is busy and hopping, people are going to see that kind of stuff. So if you know you've got big news, or if you know that your child gets tons of likes, like my son Carter is so famous on social media, like I post Carter and it's like boom. So anyways, if you know those things, if I'm going to post Carter right before Carter is going the challenge group ad, right? So you just got to be smart about some of this stuff.
We do use our kids to build our business. Oh my goodness. And now she gets to do it again with another pregnancy. So exciting. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Did we scare you with talking about taking more selfies? Erin, are you okay? Wait, say that again. Go ahead.
I don't have a voice.
Oh, yeah, you don't have a voice. Sorry. Are you okay with taking selfies?
Getting there.
We've talked I'm going to mute you again, sorry. We've talked about this, and we're going to have to get your butt in gear with that. It'll be okay. Anyone else want to add anything?
I do.
Go ahead, Shelby.
I have a question just about live videos. So I did my welcome live video in my challenge group, and I actually had people be like, well, tell me when you're going to go live so that I can be on to watch you. But I don't want to overdo it. Like, how often would you be doing like a live video?
On your social media or in your
yeah on social media, challenge groups, like wherever it's going to be most effective?
I mean, live videos get a lot of feedback on social media. That's like huge right now, is going live. I don't do it very much. Sarah goes live a lot more than I do. You can go live a couple times a week. It would not hurt you, but make sure you have something good to talk about. If you don't have anything good to talk about, it's not going to really benefit you. But I mean, I don't see anything wrong with at least twice a week. Sarah, do you have any advice on that?
I like to advertise before I do it. So I make an image in Canva saying I'm going live on this topic, whatever it is, and I'll put it either the day before or earlier in the day saying, join me tonight live at 9 p.m. on IG stories or on IG live. And then what I do right before is at like 8:59, I'll go and I'll just, on my story, I'll make a little video or a little, like, I wave. I usually do a boomerang, like, hey, come see me live. And then that encourages them to come and watch it. But then it also, if they haven't, there's stick bug. If they haven't seen, like, I like putting that story ahead of time because it's going to stay in my story for 24 hours and then they'll know to go watch the live. Whereas if you don't advertise the live or if you don't say, hey, I'm live, they don't necessarily play it.
Awesome. All right. Speaking of Instagram, I'm going to take a picture real quick of us being on this call. Okay. Do you guys want to, like, put yourselves on your video? Or do you know
how do I do that?
There's a little video camera. Just click on it.
Oh, okay.
There's Shelby. Hey!
Oh, hi. Oh, girls, I look
Hey,
awful.
you had an awesome transformation post, by the way.
I got a lot of likes on that, so.
I bet. 1 year really made a huge difference for you.
So I got to make sure to turn my head different ways, I guess.
Do different. Yep. Take Sarah's advice.
Different, like, yeah.
All right, there's Lauren. Kate, do you want to undo yourself?
Bottom left, girlfriend.
All right. Yeah, nope. All right, let's just do it. Oh, hold on. My phone just went off. Sorry. Okay, ready, guys? Yay, there we go. Thanks.
Here she is. She's back. Let's take one more. She's here. Oh, no, where'd you go? Come on.
Hey,
one more.
I need it. All right, ready, guys? Perfect.
I love it. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well, thanks for jumping on. I won't keep you any longer taking selfies.